poverty issues, hunger issues, whether it's in Tucson or whether it's in the Sudan. We really need, in the development area, persistent leadership. It's a different world than it was 20 years ago.
Then redefine your product.
I've got students in my classes that work 40-hour-a-week jobs. They struggle to graduate in 4 years because they changed their major 3 or 4 times. I'm struck by the number of students that I've worked with recently that suffer from depression, and they have family problems. And I think as a university, we have to be compassionate.
Professor Paul Wilson in the Department of Agricultural and Resource Economics is one of the university's great teachers. Although he's an accomplished economics researcher, Wilson never forgets he's here to help others.
So 4 more people at each.
Yeah.
My goal here is to make sure that students are successful. I like to see the student grow in terms of citizenship, in terms of their problem-solving abilities, in terms of their relationships that they have with other people and understanding how the world works. We're going to assume that your AJEC deals with everything.
Growing up in what was then the small rural town of Chandler, Arizona, Wilson came from a family that thought of others first. His mother started Chandler's first food bank. As he grew up, so did the town of Chandler, going from 3,000 people to 300,000 plus today.
In a way, observing all of that was part of the impetus for me to go into the Peace Corps, part of the impetus for me to be concerned about economic development, because I saw what happened in Chandler.
Wilson was sent to the Dominican Republic, a small country where he saw very quickly how government policy could affect people's lives.
Our cotton policy in the United States can have an impact on the cotton farmer in Mali or in the cotton farmer in Brazil. That the world is a lot closer than a lot of people think. I wouldn't be sitting here today if I hadn't had the Peace Corps experience. It integrated me into the agricultural sector. I got excited about economic development. I got excited about community development, rural development, and that led on to graduate school, and I enjoy teaching, and so here I am today.
Interview 5 people that are not on your
That
team.
excitement has been evident in Wilson's teaching and in his research for nearly 3 decades.
I wanted to have the teaching experience, but also the research experience. I love them both, and I try to integrate them as best I possibly can.
Wilson's research on the role of negotiation in environmental conflicts is part of his classroom message. His graduate students have benefited from his studies of how rural communities come together to avoid overgrazing of common land. And he has brought his knowledge of irrigation technologies into his classes on agribusiness economics and management.
He holds very high standards of rigor in the classroom and expects students to be adults and to be responsible, and he often tells them, he says, look, this is like a job.
I came into U of A with Calc 1 and Calc 2 credit. He's
So
always
what we're gonna
ready
do
to
is
help you out if you need it. It's important to him that people do well.
Accounting 210.
And that goes.
A lot of the mentoring of students is really problem solving, how to formulate problems, how to look at alternative solutions and make choices. I may do a better job of that outside the classroom than I do in the classroom. And in the spring with their cohort. It's not about me, it's about them.
The thing that's impressive is that he always shares his time generously. Seeing him speaking Spanish, speaking English, when he's tired, when he's far away from home, and he's still the same guy. Always treats everybody so well.
Here today that you're part of the solution.
Wilson's approach to his students is an extension of his deeply held personal values.
Part of this solution. My Christian faith has influences everything I do, and I tell my students this at the beginning of the semester. And I may sound corny to some extent, but I love them. I love these kids. And when they come through that door, they're the most important person in the world.